I've got Jeep's brand new performance wiper blades. Let's waste no more time and get these things installed. Let's unbox these and see what is inside. Now, there's been a lot of rumors going on about what these are going to include. So I can start by saying we do have a pair. We're gonna pull these out. Those look like the replacement blades. We've got 2 of these, which include the blades in them, all of the plumbing, as well as a few zip ties. And then last but not least, I went on Mopar.com and actually printed the instructions. These are now available on the e-store. You can go on and print these. They don't include them with a box. I'm not sure if the QR code works. I just printed a copy set and we'll drop a link down below for those. We've got the Jeep Performance wiper blades right here. Both of these do say Jeep on them. We've got Jeep on the ends of them. And now I thought before these were gonna come with new arms, but everything actually is included inside the wiper blade. So we're gonna start ripping apart the Jeep and get these installed. The first thing you're gonna wanna grab is your factory Mopar toolkit with the 15mm socket on there. We're gonna pop the caps off on the windshield right here, just like that, and remove both of the 15mm nuts that hold on to each of them. All right guys, so the instructions in this kit call for a arm puller or almost like a 3-way puller that removes pitman arms, things like that. I've never had to use one of these when I remove my wiper blades. On my JLs, on my Gladiators, I was able to just remove the nut, remove the cap, and just pull them off, and they came off. This is a brand new Jeep that's less than a month old, and I could not for the life of me get them off that stud. So I had to borrow one of these from a good friend of mine and put them on. Basically, this just clamps below that, and then this will push on the stud to help pull the wiper blade off, or the actual wiper arm, but it was not coming off. All right, so we got it tightened up. Let's see if you guys can actually hear the pressure when this pops off. Yeah, so it's some serious pressure. I know the other side, I've already got that one removed. It was really, really hardcore on there. So I would say that's gonna be a lifesaver. It takes no time at all. And then we can simply arch that and pull the wiper arm off. So the next piece to come off will be the cowl panel here. You're gonna remove this so that way we can get the wiring or the plumbing. I keep calling it wiring, the plumbing underneath the center stack. So this is just held on with body clips. We're gonna see if we can get at least one edge started. Get your finger under. Like I said, be careful. These are sharp underneath here for whatever reason. Pull that up over the arm. Gotta be careful in the middle because it's very weak. We're gonna get this half over. I'll walk over to the other half and get this piece completely off. So we are looking at this Y pipe here. Now, obviously you can see these 2 ends are braided. This is what's gonna go under the cowl panel. This one will be further away and this one is gonna be closer. The rubber hose piece here is going to tap into that original wiring. So this is gonna go to the factory and then this one will go towards the one closest. This one will go all the way across the cowl just like that. So the hose you're gonna wanna get a hold of is this one right here that goes to the hood insulation. It goes below. You can easily tell which one it is. Now looking at this one also, you don't need to take it apart right here. You actually just pull this elbow off at the rubber section. So you're gonna pull this right off like that. And I'm just gonna tuck this down here. That way I don't need to chop it or anything. It's really not gonna get in the way. Like I said before, take your rubber end of the Y hose and push it right into this rubber adapter. So it'll go right up to the barb there. Make sure that's a nice connection. Be careful bending this. Mine's already looks like it was bent pretty hard. Try and keep this straight the entire time. So we're gonna pull this little foam piece away here, feed it kind of in through this crevice. I wanna get the shorter piece in first, and then we can get the longer piece in there as well. It seems to be catching the original wire, so we'll get that out of the way and then tuck both of them up to underneath the cowl panel. Don't want to go too crazy tight because it really doesn't need to be. So that little rubber piece of wire or hose, just make sure it's not pinched. And tuck right like that. It's not going to hurt anything and it's nice and tight behind there. So we're going to do a little disassembly on the arm before we route all that plumbing. So first things first, we do want to take off our factory blade. We're going to depress this in here. So there's a little clip right in there and pull off the factory wiper blades. So we can set that aside. We're not going to need those. So we're going to grab the new one with the barb facing towards the driver's side of the vehicle, and you can see the little laser cuts are also going to face upwards when it's on. Give that a hook into it. And then the next part is this actually gets flipped upside down, and the hose, these little extensions, go right through here, push it up through, and then this will go on to the barb. So push that onto the barb. Make sure it's nice and tight onto there. And then this kit actually includes 2 kind of custom clips here. So you grab one of them, slide it over the hose, just like so. Okay, or that one will work right there. And then we'll put another one up higher. These are pretty tight once they go on, so it's actually kind of a nice thing. So all finished up, you should have your quick connect here. one of the clips underneath holding it on, and then we've got one up here to hold that hose down, and we've also got it into that barb fitting. So we do have both of these through here. I closed the hood up. This longer one is going to go across, and you're going to want to make sure you put it underneath this one here, and it goes towards the front of the Jeep, so in front of this motor, and it goes back underneath that one, and I'm just going to kind of set it into place. This one will stay right here, and it's going to pop up through. So we've got these kind of plumbed up underneath. I believe, I mean, the instructions aren't too clear. I believe it'll kind of just sit like so. So guys, once you have it through, put the cowl panel down. We can always adjust this. I wouldn't leave a little bit extra out so I can still push it, but I'm gonna go on the other side and push that down as well, and then we'll go from there. The next step will be to grab your arms and push them into the quick connect fitting, and you'll hear a little click, and then you can kind of tuck more of that downwards. They want you to put the arms on pretty much exactly where they were, so these were just like that, but that should be okay like that. They're in the original spot here too as well. The last step is to put the nut back on, give that a good tighten with that factory 15, and then repeat the process on the other side. Then probably the most satisfying part, let's get inside and try these things out. All right guys, we got them all buttoned up. I'm inside the Jeep, I just fired it up. Let's try this out. It might take a second or two just to get the fluid filled up into those reservoirs, but let's give it a go. There you go. That is really cool. You can kind of see those like 12 rivers, as they call them, coming out of there. But the coolest thing, or probably the weirdest thing, is that it's not coming out of that typical sprayer. I think in every other vehicle, I am so used to it spraying out of the hood at you. And now that it's just coming out of the blades, it's a little bit trippy, I gotta be honest with you. That's probably really gonna help on the highway or in inclement weather when you can't suffer like a minute or two of not being, or should I say a minute or two, like a second or two, not being able to see because you're getting sprayed with all that fluid. This really doesn't do that. So it's only putting out enough for it to wipe right away. I gotta say, pretty impressive for the price of these. I'm pretty impressed by this right now, and not too much to get them installed, and I'll show you guys too. The biggest question was, how do you replace the blades, and are they gonna be expensive? We'll get out, close this one out, and I'll show you how you eventually will need to replace these. We just tested them out, and I gotta say, my washer fluid light is already on because I used a ton of fluid. Not because they use a lot more, just because I used a lot of fluid to just try them out and see how they really looked. There's a really cool thing about this mod, and I think the fact of the matter is that we didn't really know we needed a fix to this problem. It's a really cool thing, and I'm excited to try this out in inclement weather when I get mud on there, maybe salt, maybe snow, and really see how that works, especially driving at highway speeds where I don't want that to spray all up and really cover my vision while I'm driving. Now, a big question I got, a lot of the forums kept asking it, and a lot of the comments before, was the blades are gonna cost an absolute fortune to replace. So I've got a standard wiper blade here. This is the one that I just pulled off. As you can see, it's got the J-hook. This is going to be the replacement for these performance blades. So it is literally just a piece of rubber and composite with a little end piece of plastic on there. So all you have to do is remove this piece before use and then clip this rubber piece back into there. So I gotta imagine these are probably gonna be pretty cheap to replace, and as soon as we have a part number, we're gonna drop that as well. This is an extremely fun installation video. We got these just in the nick of time. I threw them on as quickly as I could, and I really love the outcome of it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this as well. We love trying out new products, and anything that is the latest and greatest in Jeep news, we're gonna be popping out onto this channel. Now, until next time, my name is Matt from Dirt Road CRED. Get out there and earn yours.